What's going on, world of YouTube? This is NWO316, and I kind of wanted to do a review of three separate Nintendo Switch backpacks because I've noticed a lot of videos online, not really that many, but originally reviewing some of them when the Switch first came out and when these backpacks first came out, but not really comparing them all to say which one um, is, best, or which one is least expensive. First things first, I like the backpacks more than the messenger bags, and a lot more of the any other bags, because if you look at a lot of the bags out there, first off, the messenger bags aren't really multifunctional. You look at them, yeah, you can fit all your Switch stuff in there, but that's really all you can fit. You can't really fit things like, if you're traveling, going to say work or something, you can't fit a notebook or a laptop in there. I mean, maybe you can, but it would be a very tight fit. Um, Plus, they're not really as low key as, say, one of these two. Um, so yeah, the other bags that you've noticed out there have those inserts. So yeah, you know what? They might be able to fit everything, but again, there's other problems. I'm going to go through it all a little bit at a time. Why I like each one of these backpacks, what I do with them, and what I use them for. I mean, obviously, I use different things. Which one I personally like out of all three, and their prices. So first one off, I'm going to go with these two backpacks first because they're called the Elite Player Backpack. For some reason, this is called the Elite Backpack. This is called the Elite Pro, and I'm going to go into what's in them in a little bit. First off, this is the first one that ever came out. It came out around the launch of the Switch, I believe, but I don't really remember. I believe this was a launch bag. This and one of the, what's it called? And one of the messenger bags. Um, this bag came out and it was about $60. Um, the quality on this is amazing. It's made of strong stuff. I like it because it's very low key, except for this little kind of thing. You really can't tell that much what it is between the little thing. Excuse me, on the front and this. So that's one awesome perk about this. Inside this pocket right here, you got, nice few little pockets. You keep your stuff organized. You got this little thing right here. You got this little cartridge right here, the little thing right here that you can hold your Switch cartridges. I keep a plastic bag. I'm gonna go into that in another video, why I have a plastic bag in my bag. So there's that. In this pocket right here, sorry, I don't have the bag fully opened. It's kind of a plain little pocket, but it's got, nice amount of room. You can fit like a laptop in there, maybe a tablet. And you've got this little pocket right here as well. What I like about this is if you look on a lot of the different pockets this thing has, first off, it has a lot of pockets, which is really cool. And the thing about it is that a lot of the pockets that are here are all labeled, which is pretty cool, so it keeps yourself even more organized. The backpack also has this little pocket up here, a little plain pocket. This is the only one that's really not labeled. You can keep headphones in there, phone charger, whatever. This is the main pocket for your Switch stuff, which is, where you keep all your Switch stuff. It has a spot for like a Pro controller, a charge grip, any kind of grip. This is your main pocket for the actual Switch itself right here. Now, in the middle, you have 6 little pockets for Joy-Cons, which is pretty cool. So you can carry a lot of stuff in this backpack and still keep it organized. At the bottom, you can't really tell from this video, but there's two pockets, one right here and one right here, and they're for the Switch dock and whatever cables you may or may not need. As I said, this bag is $60. Unfortunately, you can't find this bag anymore online, but you can find other like brands because other companies have made other ones on Amazon. Not this specific bag, but one's very, very similar to it. $60, not that bad if you can find it for that. Obviously it's a lot more because they don't make it anymore, but there's that. The next bag is called the Elite Pro backpack, made by the same company as this. And if you could tell and you look at it, it's very similar in look. A lot of differences. A little bit more low key, because it doesn't have that bright red switch thing. I mean, there is a switch thing right here, but again, who's really going to notice this? Not really that much switch stuff on it. It's got one right here. What's really cool is that this part's leather. This little strip right here. So yeah, there's that. Now, going into it, this front pocket, it's just plain pocket right here. It doesn't have the second big pocket like this one does, and it doesn't have that top pocket. It's more minimalistic. GameStop, again, has this for $40, so I would recommend picking this up at the same time. But going into the middle portion. So this is it, pretty much it. As you can see, it's a lot more basic than the other one. You have a little spot for a laptop, little spot to put your Switch, and down here you've got some two little pockets, for obviously your dock and whatever cords you're gonna need. But I will say this though, this pocket, this main pocket, is actually bigger. And if you hold, and I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm doing this with one hand, but if you like extend them both out, they're both the same height and width. So this has a lot more room. It's just, as I said, it's more minimalistic. Now the third backpack, which is probably the least expensive. Well, first off, $60. This one, they don't make it anymore. Again, it's hard to find. But if you're lucky enough and quick enough, GameStop still has this backpack for $40, which is fucking awesome. This backpack is the controller gear backpack for the Nintendo Switch. It's very similar to this, but again, another backpack that's minimalistic. $30. You can get it on Amazon. Well, first things first, it's not as subtle as this or that, because, it has Legend of Zelda all over it. I feel it's not as subtle. One other thing, though, what I kind of like is it kind of looks like a JanSport backpack. So that's pretty cool, my opinion. It's got this plain little zipper spot up front. Nice and big, I like it. So you can put a lot of stuff in there. And just like this backpack, it has the, I don't know how I did that. It has the same spots, like the other backpack. It has, a laptop section. It has a spot for your Switch. And there's two little compartments down here. What the hell is that? Oh. There's a compartment for your wires and a compartment for your Switch dock down here. Like a little, not really a compartment, a little strappy kind of thing. But, yeah. One key difference between this backpack and this backpack, and I'm going to go into a few other differences, but I just wanted to point this out. Whereas this backpack doesn't have a spot dedicated, to Nintendo Switch cartridges. This one does, and it's right here. It has a little slot that you can hold your Switch cartridges, maybe an SD card, I don't know, whatever you want to do. So there's that. Now, a few other key things about this. One, this backpack is not water resistant, waterproof. It's it's very minimalistic. $30. It's not that bag. It's not. I'm sorry, not that bag. Not that bad. I like it. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Legend of Zelda. But you know, again, I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but I'm gonna go into a few things in a minute. So I'm gonna rank all three of these backpacks. I'm gonna say this is my first one. This is my second one. This is my first favorite. This is my second favorite. And out of all three of them, although this is gonna sound weird at first, but just go with me. I use this one the most, but this is the one that I used the most. And the reason why is because this is my theory. If I ever go away and I want to bring my Switch, I have certain backpacks for certain things. This is the backpack I keep with my luggage because it's very minimalistic. I can keep everything organized I'm going to keep in it. And yeah, I want to keep this as clean, as nice, and neat as possible because, again, can't really find these two bags specifically anymore. But yeah, I love this backpack. But as I said, I use this one the more because, if I go to a friend's house and I want to bring my Switch, I'm not going to need my whole setup for my dock and all that, because he has a dock. I'm just bringing my Switch in a case. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to talk about is that this backpack and this backpack can fit your Nintendo Switch. Another case I really like. It could fit the Nintendo Switch in the case in those pockets that I pointed out before, which is pretty cool. Extra protection is always good when handling a $300 console you're bringing out with you wherever you're going. So there's that. One thing I will say. So now, this backpack isn't waterproof. Again, not one thing. But whatever. This backpack isn't waterproof. These backpacks have said, and they're both water resistant, waterproof. I feel like these backpacks compared to this offer the most protection out of all three of them. But the thing I like about this backpack more than this backpack is, for one, if I'm traveling around with my Nintendo Switch, aside from, say, moving or going to, say, a friend's house. First off, all my friends have Nintendo Switches. I'm not trying to sound like I'm bragging or anything, but I don't need to bring all my stuff with me to go from point A to point B to go to a friend's house, because there's no point. So I feel like to carry a whole Switch setup isn't really necessary. I'm 33 years old, and it's not like I'm going like I'm a child anymore. Even a child, to bring all that stuff out with you is kind of pointless. So yeah, there's that. Which is why I like this one a lot more. Just bring your necessities, you bring whatever. This one, although it has a little bit more pockets, I feel like it's a little overwhelming. And the fact that all the pockets are labeled kind of makes me feel a little weird about it. Because I carry certain things in all my bags at the same time, and in another video I'm going to go into it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So when it comes down to it, these are the three backpacks that are out. The original Elite Player backpack, Elite Pro, and the Controller Gear backpack. $30, $40, $60, but went up in price. Went up in price about 80 to 100 because they're not making it. $40 on GameStop, but it's gonna probably sell out soon, so get this while you can. And $30. So I hope this kind of helped you in picking a backpack. I'm not really good at making videos, so I'm sorry if I wasn't too clear, but I'm sure, if you want to leave a comment, I'll go a little bit more into detail, or you can look for another video that says a little bit more about it, about these backpacks, that goes a little bit more into detail. One last thing I want to say is the whole thing about the cartridges, I just thought about it, is that although this has a dedicated spot to cartridges, this doesn't, this does. I don't like putting the cartridges in there because with this one, how it has that little zipper mesh kind of pocket, although it's kind of cool and you can fit your Switch cartridges in there, I don't like it because they're not really too secure and they can still swash around. Plus, I feel like if you're fumbling around and you're trying to switch cartridges, it would make no sense to leave them like that. I mean, you could potentially drop them. That's number one. That's why I feel like using a slim case, like what I do, is very important when having these backpacks because it provides another case for the Switch, even more protection than just throwing it in the backpack. Plus, that specific case by TomTalk, again on Amazon, $19, $20, whatever it was, best thing I spent. It also fits up to 10 cartridges. So there's that. So yeah, that's my review of the 3 separate backpacks. I hope you liked it. I'm going to do another video of what I carry in my backpacks, why I carry them, at some point or another. That's really it. Bye.